All right, baby girl, hit it.
We've got tips and recipes for healthy living. So, for fun and inspiration, come and join us in the raw food world.
Welcome. Wait a minute. You said so. Is that normally in the song?
I don't know, I think so.
We've got tips and recipes for healthy living. So for fun. You said it differently, maybe.
Uh-oh.
Okay, welcome everybody. This is Matt Monarch with the Raw Food World TV show coming at you live in Vilcabamba, Ecuador. Loving it. So we were just talking about eye gazing and stuff like that. Now, I know I was I don't want you guys to think I was like tooting my own horn when I was talking about eye gazing and being able to enable other people to see this. You don't need someone, anybody could do this. You could probably, if there's two of you in a room right now, if you go eye gaze and stare each other in the pupil, there's a very good chance, if you stick with it for a good amount of time, that you're gonna see energy. I guess my whole point being like, yeah, it's a good meditation technique.
Yeah, I've had some of the most profound experiences of my life while eye gazing. I feel like it's a really easy way in any situation to help yourself to ground, and also to help another person to ground. Like if you're with someone who just seems like really jittery and awkward, and it seems really hard for them to kind of breathe into their situation, if you're willing to just kind of get still with them and hold space with them and maintain eye contact, you can really help that person to maybe relax and ground into a space with you that they might not usually be willing to go into. And yeah, some of the most amazing experiences of my life, like really connecting with people at such a profound level that it feels like you're just seeing eternity. You're seeing the infinite in the other person's eyes, and it doesn't matter if you like never even see that person again or something. It's like you connected to source through that person. You've seen everything. Everything is complete. Everything is as it is. You know, it's these really deep moments of resonance.
We've gone so deep to where practically everything just turned into energy and turned blank. She once thought I was a gray. Do you guys know what a gray is? She thought I was an alien once, and she seriously didn't even care. She thought I was going to take her away to another planet. I'm not kidding you. And she believed it for probably like 3 months while we were like together.
Baba!
What?
Not for 3 months.
I don't know. And then when we go back into that space, it's like, oh yeah, I remember now. Okay. Also, eye gazing is just an easy technique to fall into seeing energy. You don't even need to eye gaze either. I've done this. You could just look at a point on a wall if you wanted to, and just stare at it with unwavering attention. And then I like to take a secondary focus of attention and look at my energetic structure. That's just what I do. I don't know if that's what you want to do, but you will start seeing things. You'll start seeing like behind something, like the outline of something. You know, like it'll look like white, kind of. Like if you stare at something for a long time, and then you move, and then it's like still there in your vision. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. But you'll start to see things, and you know, if you keep with it, amazing things can happen. You might start seeing like energy go, or the wall just like all of a sudden go into waves or something.
Someone was saying it seems very intimate. It's actually part of tantric practice as well, to be willing to sit and witness the other person, you know, because I find a lot in these like fast-paced lifestyles that we live in these days, people rarely even make eye contact with each other. You know, they don't get present with each other. So, you know, it's part of tantric practice to just sit and be with somebody else, and to look at them. So it can definitely feel very intimate. There's actually eye gazing parties these days as well. You could Google that, see if there's any eye gazing parties in your area, or you could create eye gazing parties even.
Yeah, I give someone like props when they're willing to do eye gazing with me, because a lot of people are scared to look at somebody in the eye. Like if I go to any of my old fraternity friends or something like that, they'll just be like, no, I'm not going to do that.
And then think of babies in comparison. You know, a baby usually is willing, you know, they're just in like a meditative state all the time. They're willing to just look at you. They're just blissed out. So Babies and animals, easy eye-gazing partners, often.
And somebody was saying it's like an intimate event. It is an intimate event, but that's the way it's supposed to be. I mean, it's not something out of the ordinary. I mean, on this day and age, it is. Yeah. All right. So that's good on the meditation eye gazing. Hope that made sense. Again, you could do it against your own wall if you wanted to. Just stare at it on a point. Like draw like a little dot on it or something and just stare at it. Watch what happens.
Or in the mirror, that might be more fun than.
Yeah, you can stare in the mirror.
Wall.
People get scared when they stare at their eye in the mirror like that because things happen sometimes.
Yeah, you'll probably see some shape shifting.
When was the last time you really looked at yourself? I don't think I've looked at myself in a long time. Maybe I'll do it right
you
here
look at
right
your
now.
pretty hair?
That's right. I don't know. I just think we could do some eye gazing for them right now, but I think it would be kind of boring. They wouldn't know what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe there's some more questions in the chat room.
Okay. Maybe can you eye gaze with the dog?
Yeah. Why not?
If the dog will sit there and do it. A cat would be good.
Somebody said Bubba's hair looks nice. Now it's undreaded. Woo! Nah. Are we touring anytime soon?
We are, but we're not mentioning what it is right now. But we will soon, because it's not confirmed yet. But yeah, it's big time what we're doing.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Can you eat too much papaya?
Oh, there's fun stories about papaya around here. I don't know if we told you guys this before, but some of you maybe know Johnny Love Wisdom is like an old-time raw foodie who came to live here in Vilcabamba in like the 40s or something.
We haven't gone to his property yet, but we're going to soon.
I really want to see his property. So he came here way back, decades and decades ago, and he had a very kind of specific path that he was walking through life, and he had followers with him, and they decided at one point to live solely on papaya, and they ate papaya for like 6 or 7 years. Apparently that was like the only thing they ate, and they ate every single part of the papaya, like the flesh of the papaya, the skin, the seeds, the leaves, the literal papaya trees. Apparently they would like scrape off the outside of the papaya trees, like scrape the bark off, and they would eat the inside, and they all turned orange. Apparently
and he turned into a paraplegic and died.
Baba. So I guess part of the answer might be that you might turn orange if you eat a huge amount of papaya. Another thing I would like to say about papaya, I absolutely love papaya. I was just eating some this evening. It's one of my favorite foods. There's 2 things I would like to say, in fact. One is I've noticed that there's never worms in papaya, which is interesting because there's worms in a lot of fruit here, but not in papaya, and it's anti-parasitic. So we were discussing that's probably the reason why, you know, it just doesn't attract bugs. The other thing I'd like to say is I was using papaya seeds in smoothies for a while, and we did a video on that, and somebody wrote in to say it's good to know that it's great to do that with papaya seeds. You know, they're very like anti-parasitic and cleansing for the body, but they're very cleansing for the body, and women would do well to be cautious about having papaya seeds if they're possibly pregnant, because they can cause a miscarriage apparently. So something to be aware of if you're having lots of papaya seeds. I think I've finished talking about papayas now, thank you.
Okay, I think we're at the end of the show. Before we end it here, this is the most powerful stone on the planet. It's from Solomon's chamber, right, babe?
King Solomon's Mines.
King Solomon's Mines.
This is a crazy stone.
We don't have time to talk about it, but maybe sometime in the future.
You can
Ridiculous.
feel it.
I've never been able to feel the energy of a stone in my life. I always thought she was crazy for carrying rocks around, but now this has the most healing power I've ever experienced. This has gone through a lot. And who do we got here?
Fantastic Monarch.
And Matt Monarch. One day we'll talk about this rock.
Stone. Precious lovely.
And we'll see you again tomorrow at the Raw Food World TV show.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again at the Raw Food World